Somebody come get 'em. They're too old for TikTok.
Hello and welcome to Too Old for TikTok. We have a very special co-host, Ashley, friend of the pod, is joining. Hello, Ashley.
Hello, I'm happy to be here and to celebrate you after your momentous fifth marathon.
Wow, thank you so much.
You're
You were
amazing.
a great support. We will get into
Yes.
that for sure because my whole TikTok is New York City Marathon TikTok. But I do want to do a disclaimer that we're recording before the election.
Mhm.
So we're not going to talk about any election things. I mean, the world could be burning on Thursday when this episode drops, but we are recording before all of this happens. So that's just our little disclaimer.
Fair point. And if you hear me munching on something, I was told to make another disclaimer that I am eating Nerds Clusters, which, if you know, is one of the
The
best candies
best.
ever invented. One that Dina, shockingly, in a turn of events, denied while running the marathon. So I will cut her some slack. She thought that they were
Okay,
mint flavored.
that okay, first of all, yeah, they were green, and usually the bags are blue and
Mhm.
purple. So I
Okay,
assume green means mint, and if I had mint on mile, what was it, 22, I would have vomited.
fair.
But also at mile 17, my friend Erin brought me a whole bag of Nerds clusters, so I had eaten a whole bunch. So I was
Oh,
feeling,
you didn't tell me
the
that.
sugar already. Well, it was hard to speak at mile 22. So now you know. So I had some, but it was very nice. Yes, you ended up running a whole mile with me.
Yeah.
My worst mile, not
That
because you were with
no,
me.
it's a tough one.
Fifth Avenue uphill, real tough. But thank you for your support. You made such a great sign that had to do
Oh,
with TikTok.
thank you. I did get kicked off the course momentarily, which I thought was rude. I'm like, these people are just trying to finish before sunset. Let me run with someone to help.
The goal was to finish before sunset, which I'll get to if that happened or not. But what did your sign say? Tell everyone
Oh,
about your
yes.
sign.
I had a moment with my friend where we were doing a little bit of chat GPT to see if we could come up with some fun sign names based on pop culture. Chat GPT is stuck in October 2023. Every reference was so outdated.
Yeah.
So I simply took it back to one from the summer that we loved. And I said, see how you're running this marathon? Very mindful, very demure. And maybe two people told me they liked my sign.
I liked it. It was
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
So yes, so my goal was to finish before the sunset, which was at 4:49, and I would have had to beat my time last year by like 20 minutes to like officially to have it be like very light out, which I knew going in was a reach because I pretty much trained the same
And your start time is late in the day, so you're
11:30
not given a lot of wiggle room.
and daylight savings.
Yep.
But I so it was dark, even though all of my friends humored me and said
The
they still saw
the
the
sun
sun.
was still out. I have
I think
pictures
that's a
of
lie.
brightness in the sky.
There was maybe 1 second of a
One
twinge of the
sliver.
sun. I was just happy my next goal that wasn't as much as a reach was to finish under the time I did last year, so I was 2 minutes under that time. So,
Woohoo!
very happy for that.
It's such an accomplishment. So
Thank
congratulations.
you. Thank you. My highlight was I saw Lori Hernandez, the famous gymnast. She was just spectating, and I looked at her and I was like, "Whoa, I know this person." And then I asked to take a picture with her, so I got a great picture with Lori Hernandez. That was
I
fantastic.
just need to interject and say that isn't that also the only photo that you took on the entire course?
No, which also leads me to why I
Oh.
didn't reach my goal either, because up until like mile 20, I stopped and took a selfie with everyone who was spectating. So there was a lot of people in Brooklyn I knew. I took a selfie with all of
Oh
them.
my gosh.
There was a funny TikTok I saw of a girl saying she was spectating and she saw a friend who ran over to the group of friends and they were all cheering. And then the friend who was running stopped and was just chatting and saying, like, "Oh, how was your guys' day?" And the other girl was like, "You go, run. What are you doing?" And that was me. Like I just stopped and I, was chatting and taking selfies. But I like to have a good time.
It's the celebratory lap of the training that you've gone through. So I appreciate that. I know originally you said you weren't going to, but Sometimes,
couldn't help
yeah. Or
myself.
sometimes you see a good sign and you want to remember it. Or
I took so many pictures. I actually posted a TikTok of all the best signs that I
I haven't seen it
saw.
yet.
Oh,
Wow.
well, let me tell you what my favorite sign was. This is excessive. Just get Ozempic. I definitely laughed out loud on the course. But if I had to do it all over again, there is a runner who has really become famous from the New York City Marathon for having such a good time because she stopped and drank at every moment
Iconic.
people offered her drink. So iconic.
Wait,
I
good
should have
time.
done
You
this.
have to clarify. She had such a good experience. She did not
Right.
have a good, well, I don't know what her final time was.
She finished it though. Yeah,
That's
I don't know. Doesn't really
yeah.
matter. So there's a video by Diana Bide Music.
To the girl who was running the New York City Marathon today at mile 22, and when I held up a glass of Prosecco and I said, you could have water or Prosecco, and you came over and you drank the Prosecco, and I said, smash it on the ground, you deserve that, and you smashed it on the ground because you deserve that, I want to see the video you took. I'm at a bar drinking on your behalf. You absolute fucking queen. We would be friends in real life.
So all the comments say, we need to find this girl. Like, who is this girl? Like, TikTok, bring us to her. And then today, we're inundated with videos of this
Justine.
girl, Justine Wang.
I'm so drunk right now. I don't know what bridge I just crossed. But I crossed it so fast. Oh my god. So happy.
I mean, very iconic. And then her friends were posting her. She just is so joyful, running, drinking. Oh, the
Can you
best.
just talk about what it would take to have you get drunk and continue to run 26 miles? Like, I know you like to get drunk separate from running. You like to run. We'll put like in quotes, but would you ever get drunk and run a marathon?
Oh, well, I think there's a difference between drinking while you're running and then getting drunk and running.
Okay.
But while I run, I feel like, yeah, I would do it. I would drink. I never had a drink because I thought, oh, maybe my stomach wouldn't hold up. And I had this goal of finishing before the sunset, which I should have just drank the whole time. You chugged a beer during your first marathon, right?
And the second one I drank beer during, but I mean, she drank a full nip of Fireball at one point.
Mhm.
And
Hennessy.
And when I met up with you, I had, I don't know what time of day that was, but I had already had 3 beers and I felt it like running a
When you
mile.
ran.
I
Yeah.
felt some of the liquid sloshing around. I felt a little, I think I dropped my phone at one point. I mean,
You did. Then you had to run to catch up with me, which wasn't hard because I was going real slow at that point.
like keep going. So I feel like there is a part of me that thinks that there's no way I could continue on getting drunk as I ran.
Yeah, well, good for Justine.
Unbelievable.
Very happy for her.
Yeah.
Okay, the next, I've been seeing a lot of videos of the celebrities who ran the New York City
Mhm.
Marathon, and Pilot Pete from The Bachelor
Bachelor
ran.
Nation. It's all of them.
And here's a video by Sarah.Huron where he's interviewed.
I was in music. I'm a song repeater, so I'm doing the same song the entire race.
Excuse me?
And yeah, I said that.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What song are you listening
I'm
to?
listening to Kids in Love by Kygo. It's my race song.
For 4.5 to 5 hours?
Yeah, 4.5 hours we're going to go for this time.
Wait, is this a thing people do?
No, apparently not. Apparently I'm the only person that anyone's ever heard of doing this, but it works for me.
First of all, I love how this interview goes, excuse me? What? This is crazy. This is just bizarre. I also saw People had a headline about this, but it didn't say what the song was unless you click the link,
Clickbait,
which I hate. I
clickbait,
never click the link. So I'm so happy I found out what song it is. It's Kids in Love by Kygo. Do you know this song?
Of course I do. I wouldn't pick this ?
So I listened to the song in full today, and I think maybe I've heard it once. It's not a song I'm super familiar with.
No, it's very 2014 era.
This is what they do to torture people is they lock you in a basement and they play the same song over and over on repeat. This is a cruel form of torture, like to be running a marathon, listen to the same song.
I heard,
It's insane.
Tina, I actually watched another TikTok after you had shared the Pilot Pete one that talked about one of the pacers. So for people who are not familiar, when you're running a marathon, there are pacers at certain time and milestones that people want to hit. So like if you want to hit 4 hours and 30 minutes, there's a pacer who will pace you out the entire marathon consistently. Typically when you run on your own, like Dina said, you're stopping, you're going fast, you're going slowly. It changes. The pacer said that he listened to the song by Blondie, forget which song it was, on repeat the entire marathon because the BPMs was what he had to do for his feet to pace. So I wonder if Pilot Pete had a goal in mind, though. That made me think. I was like, maybe he wanted to hit a certain time, and this song was the cadence that he needed to follow.
So I looked up his time, and it was 3 hours, 58 seconds. So I think he clearly had like a sub 4 hour time. But the thing about the New York City Marathon is there's so much music playing. I barely listened to my headphones this year because there's DJs, there's bands, there's crowds cheering. You want to take it in, and to have a song on repeat is just so insane. That you need to be listening so loudly to actually hear it too.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that one.
No. I never watched The Bachelor, but I watched Pilot Pete on Traitors, and he was really smart. I was actually very impressed by him.
Did he say he trained listening to that song too? Like, is he sociopath vibes or is he strategic?
I think strategic.
Okay.
So I think you're right. I think it probably had to do with the BPM. Wow. Okay, next is a video by Frida Weisel.
The New York City Marathon is one of the best in the world, but this part is my favorite. It's the section that goes through the Hasidic community on Bedford Avenue in Williamsburg. In general, the New York City Marathon is a very rowdy affair, and people go out everywhere to cheer on the runners with lots of music and screaming. The race goes through a pastiche of different New York City communities, from the city's suburbs to skyscrapers to Central Park. But the part where it goes through the Pius Hasidic enclave is called the Silent Mile. That's because there are very few spectators here. The marathon is not considered modest by Hasidic standards. After all, there are thousands of scantily clad men and women running by. In fact, days before the race, these posters appeared asking residents to avoid Bedford Avenue during the hours of the marathon. I actually find it interesting that old footage of the marathon from 1984 shows Hasidim standing outside among the crowds. They are watching female runners, so it's not a very kosher event. I can't say exactly how and when it became taboo. What I can tell you for sure is that for the last 10 years, I've been here as a tour guide on Marathon Day, and it's so quiet you can hear the footfalls and the breathing. Good job, guys! Despite the warnings, this avenue remains the heart of the Hasidic community. People need to get places. Runners and Hasidic locals run in opposite directions, a clash of passions, all of these different people so dedicated to whatever matters to them. The scene plays out right in front of the Grand Rabbi's home. Just a little over a week earlier, this is the site of the Bagleiten where Hasidim accompany the rabbi home, and now it's the site of a very different procession. It's all so New York City.
I was trying when I was running through Williamsburg to capture the Hasidic people running across the street, and I did actually capture one. I need to send it to Catalina because Catalina sent us this video. It is the most, besides the bridge, the 59th Street Bridge, it's the quietest part of the marathon. But I actually really enjoy it because it's such good people watching, and it's like my time to actually listen to music because there's no like DJs there.
True. The person that you saw crossing, were they respectful of runners, or were they, because that video, we see that there's a variety of people in there. Some of them just don't even make eye contact and walk straight across to not trying to dodge runners.
Oh, yes. I think they've become accustomed so that he was dodging runners. Very respectful. Yeah. Anything else with the marathon?
Trying to think of who else I saw. I mean, talking about like famous people running, and I know Vinny from the Jersey Shore ran, and I haven't seen any content that he has done, just of people sightings of him on TikToks.
Other celebrities, Nev Schulman ran, the catfish guy, and he broke his neck 3 months ago. So it's this incredible thing that
you should talk to him about breaking your body and then running a marathon shortly after.
Breaking your neck is way different,
but not a meniscus.
Meniscus recovery day.
I think my last statement about the New York City Marathon is that it is so much more fun to spectate than run. So I am happy to support you every time you decide you want to run it from now until the end of your life.
Well, thank you for your support. It won't be for a very long time. And I'm hoping that next year I can go to your brunch and have your famous
French toast casserole.
That's the goal. What's been on your For You page, Ashley?
on my For You page, well, I think it's been mentioned on here before when we've talked about Cynthia Erivo. Have we talked about it, or have you and Catalina?
I think we have. We've talked about how you're prone to crying from music, for sure.
And sure enough, when I was like catching up, making sure I watched all these TikTok videos today, started tearing up again watching this video.
Gets you every time.
She was asked by Ariana Grande, they were doing the lie detector test. And she was asked what's the hardest song for her to sing. And she said, I'm Here from The Color Purple, both emotionally and physically from a singing standpoint.
Is Defying Gravity the hardest song you've ever had to sing? No. What is? I'm Here. Vocally or emotionally? Both.
Right. I think Ariana was expecting her to say Defying Gravity, because I think of Defying Gravity. What a hard song to sing.
All
but
the
I'm
octaves.
Here. Oh,
Yeah.
And then I went down a rabbit hole again of listening to I'm Here. It's just truly magnificent.
It's a moving song. And I've said this before, if you have not cried to music before, then you haven't found your song yet, because music should be able to move you emotionally. So
it should. So that's a burn towards Catalina.
yeah, get your Wanna Cry
actually, 'cause
playlist going.
moved.
She has songs. I know
She
does,
must.
Yeah.
Speaking of dragging Catalina, my For You page continues to have voice note content. And this really reminds me of Catalina leaving a voice note. And the idea is you want to shorten it. So you're going to try to say it. But this is like a POV of someone leaving a voice note.
Okay, I'm just going to send you a voice note because it's easier. But what was I going to say? No, so honestly, I was just like really like, actually.
And Catalina herself said, yeah, it's hard to collect your thoughts and do it.
You know why sometimes I realize, and I think she was trying to explain this a little bit last time, oftentimes Catalina is with Ivan and then they have like their side commentary while she's trying to comment back to us. So you've got like the Ivan peanut gallery in the back, like putting his ideas in there. So I understand.
So true.
I understand how it becomes long.
Yeah. And then my whole For You page is just so much Sunset Boulevard content ever since I saw the show. I'm seeing just all these takes about it. I'm seeing, this is a spoiler. I don't know. Do you plan?
Yeah, no spoilers.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen what she looks like taking a bow on the stage, but I don't know the context and I didn't see the original.
I'm not going to spoil it then. And
but
then
wait, you didn't give your synopsis of what you thought. I know you texted me like I have to go see it, but.
So Nicole Scherzinger, I could always have trouble pronouncing her last name, was so fantastic. I do think she'll win the Tony. She was unreal, her performance. And the staging was really interesting. It's very bleak and minimalistic because that's what the director is known for. And yeah, I would go for the performances. I would go for the staging, the way they use the cameras really well. But I think a lot of people have said this, and Sam said it really well. The show in itself is not the best show. Like the storyline sometimes makes very little sense, or it's not like a deep, profound story. Okay. It's based on a movie. But yeah, it's worth seeing. It's one of the more memorable theater experiences I think you'll ever have, really. So powerful.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to coordinate, and I looked it up. She's actually going to be performing through the Tonys. So she's on there for a while.
So you
have time, people. You have time.
And I'm getting a lot of ragtime content. My friend Emma went and said it was amazing. And every one of my TikToks says you got to go see ragtime. It's at City Center now, but hopefully it'll transfer to Broadway. But TikTok's making me want to see it even more.
I'm not really on Broadway talk, so I wasn't sure if ragtime was a show or like you're just getting ragtime music.
It's a it's a musical that's playing now.
I'm like, okay, go off trumpets for Dina.
Trumpets. Not to be confused with Jason Derulo's song Trumpets, which I like very much.
That tracks.
Okay, let's move on to a food TikTok. This is not about one certain food item that's trending as usual, but this is a video by Seventh Grade Chronicles. And he says, I asked my seventh graders this question: what do you consider old person food? And the video just cuts to all the Post-its that his seventh graders wrote, and they're hilarious. Some of the best ones are Triscuits, boiled eggs, carrot cake, multigrain bars, coleslaw, digestive biscuits, Life cereal, tin of butter cookies, and then someone wrote soup, they be slurping it. Anything sugar-free, prunes, and then my favorite one was Raisinets, because I love Raisinets, and so does my mom, but I never thought of it as an old people food, but I guess like the kids aren't eating Raisinets these days.
I don't know when I've even seen Raisinets lately.
At the movie theater.
Oh yeah, the Lincoln Square. We get it. We get it. We get it.
At every movie theater, not just the Lincoln Square one.
This video to me was so interesting because it reminded me of how perceptive and impressionable little kids are. Like,
true.
I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, coleslaw. Like, that's such a great answer.
Yep.
I mean, Life cereal. There is one that I had a problem with, which was carrot cake. But after talking to someone about it, I think it's because of the fact that it's branded as carrot cake. And so kids don't understand that it also comes with a delicious cream cheese, sugary frosting. Carrot cake itself can be amazing. But yes, exactly.
It can be, but I get why it's an old person food because it's a vegetable. Yeah.
Yeah. Good video. Good video.
Well, moving on to a celebrity on TikTok. I swear I get every single Jennifer Hudson show TikTok. Basically, the whole staff lines up in a hallway and they make a special song for every star guest and they just hype them up before the guest goes on the show. So they're always just singing in the hallway. And it's so interesting to see the different stars' reactions.
Yes.
I saw Gwen Stefani had such a good reaction.
Tia Mowry.
Oh, Tia Mowry, great reaction. Saw that one. This one's when Ethan Slater went on the show.
AKA SpongeBob, AKA Ariana's boyfriend?
Boyfriend, yes.
Ethan Slater,
He's in Wicked?
Yes, that's how they met.
I thought she met him as SpongeBob.
No. So that brings up a good point. Everyone was making fun of Ariana for dating him because they're like, you're dating SpongeBob. Like, this guy is out of your league. He's a little nerdy.
Wait, did he not play SpongeBob?
He did. He did.
Okay.
He did. But he's also in Wicked.
Who
and
is
that's how
he
they
in
met on
Wicked?
set. He is like the nerdy guy. I forget his name. Oh, it'll come to
You're
me
going to have to
later on.
refresh for 3 weeks from now.
I will. But so originally when it came out that they were dating, everyone thought, he's out of her league. Ariana could do better. But the comments of this Jennifer Hudson show video are all people turning and saying, wait, I kind of get it now. Oh, I see something in Ethan. He seems like a nice guy. Or like, oh, wait, like, I think we looked past this. And then that led me to another video of Ethan doing press, and all the comments too were like, oh, wait, I could see why he's a good guy and I like him now. So whatever this press tour he's doing for Wicked is getting him really positive reviews in jury.
Or he's just not in his SpongeBob outfit and people are seeing him as a human being as Ethan.
True. Well, also there was so Ethan cheated on his wife.
There
Ariana.
are
so that was like
that were questionable.
Yes, exactly. But he seems to be in good favor now. All right, moving on to drama talk. Ashley and I have both been getting this content of Claudia Oshry and Garrett. What's Garrett's full?
Garrett from
handle?
Goldies.
Garrett from Goldies. Yeah.
I actually had someone who served him at a bar and referred to him as a douchebag with really nice hair. And it sounds
perfect. So perfect. Yeah. The user just another underscore millennial explains it really well.
Okay, imagine this, ready? You and your husband are obsessed with food and going out to eat, and then recently you've been on like this diner kick to find like the best diner food, the best omelet, the best Diet Coke, etc. So then after a few different diner experiences, you're like, oh, we should just name this series Diners, Diners, and Diners. Super unofficial, just like super cutesy on your socials. But then out of nowhere, some man, insecure, weak influencer man comes out of the woodworks and it's just like, whoa, 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 you're stealing my series. I have a series called Diners, Diners, and Diners. You rat fuck. And Ozempic leader, first of all this name calling is so highly unnecessary. Anyways, he comes out of the woodworks with all these outrageous, slanderous words, and then you respond with, okay, hello, I don't know who you are, like, why are you attacking me like this? And then he took that as like oh, you want a war? We have a war. You're coming for my livelihood. Again, you just went out to eat at a diner. And so he took it upon himself on his Saturday night to do a deep dive onto your family and find all these news articles to do a slanderous campaign against you and your family. Again, the most outrageous thing to do, all because you decided to go eat at a diner with your husband. Imagine that.
And I would like to say, I have gotten his content. I have rarely used the functionality on TikTok where you hold down the video and say not interested. And I have done that on his videos.
On Garrett's videos. Wow. I never observed his content. So this is the first time I'm hearing about him, seeing him, but it is really a crazy reaction.
I'm putting myself out there for like the people who are, I don't know, like Garrett's Goldies. They could come for us, but I don't understand the allure. Someone commented that he looked like he was from the Smile movie because he just has this shit-eating grin the whole time as he's doing the
So
video,
good.
which is true. And I mean, like, he's a good looking guy, but he just went so hard into the depths of Claudia's personal life, which I think she tries to avoid mentioning on her own podcast. She has 3 million followers. She doesn't talk about it. Again, there are questionable morals happening there, but that's not what the beef is about.
The funny thing is that it's so low stakes. And everyone loves low stakes drama on TikTok. I love it. So this could have been fun. It's about diners, but he took it too far. And that's just not fun.
No. And frankly, we can benefit from both of them going and visiting all the diners in New York City. Like, they're not going to capture them all.
Yeah, you know what? Me and you should start a series.
Diners, diners, and
diners. I love to go to diners.
No, it should be diners, and Dinas.
Ooh, that's good. Or what about drives, and drives? Or
we just
dives, and dives.
Wait, dives, and dives. Oh my gosh.
We would start at the Trailer Park Bar, your new favorite place.
My favorite place. I don't even think that's a dive bar, though, to be fair.
I think it is.
It's kitschy. It's not a dive bar. Like, they want to be a dive bar, but they've done a good job. Well,
I think you're bordering.
Okay.
I think
open
it
for
would be
discussion to the listeners. So let us know.
All right. Well, I'll be scoping out some dives,
and dives.
Yeah.
It's our time.
Okay, this week was a big week for me because, unlike you, Ashley, I really don't try to buy things from the TikTok shop. The only thing I've ever bought was the bagel sweatshirt. But I saw this video. It was by your friend Zan, and it's a little portable karaoke player.
I think this is going to be the present of the year for not only kids, but also adults. I see so many of the adults saying they would love this karaoke machine. Also, people are asking if you can play music at the same time. It also comes with a voice changer. Check this out. If you want to get this for your kids for Christmas, I went ahead and linked it right here for you.
And I thought this would be so fun to have on the bachelorette party. So I got it. It hasn't come in yet, but I will be bringing it to Curacao when we go. Imagine singing, Defying Gravity, like drunken at 3 a.m.
We're going to
That's
be
my
hated
vision for
by
this
the
product.
Curaçaoans.
I mean, hopefully our house is in a remote place, not with any neighbors.
You're going to be bringing this to public places. Can you not picture Catalina holding this singing Defying Gravity?
I can. That's why I got it. Oh, so I'm so excited. But again, like the TikTok shop serves me exactly what I want. And then I was really tempted to buy those fucking Mama V's sour gushers. And
Oh,
I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's kind of a confusing landscape because there's so many different sellers. So I didn't like
I
it was
don't
hard
know
to
how
find
that
like Mama
works. I should do
V's.
a little bit of research because I feel
Me too.
confused by it too. And who do I want to support when I do the purchase and I click the link?
That happened with this damn karaoke machine. The one that I saw the video from, it was like $20. But then there was one on sale from another seller that looked similar. That was like $7.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I
And
mean,
did you still have money in your creator fund bank to use?
no, I didn't. I paid.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah. What else? Is there anything else?
Well,
this
when you were
week?
talking about the TikTok shop, I was searching for food to cook for dinner tonight for inspo as one normally does. There was another product that kept coming up. It was in every video. I searched dinner ideas and it was these birria bombs. So like a birria taco and it's a
Oh,
bomb of spices. So it's like a hard frozen dried ball of spices.
yes. I think the burrito bomb, is that what people were putting on the onion bloom? Or onion boil, sorry.
Whoa, that would make sense because I know Catalina was also hypothesizing that it was like crawfish boil flavor, which
Boil.
I thought too, maybe, but I
I
wonder.
think those were some of the spices used.
That would be good. Oh,
Good.
I'm
I don't
into
know.
it. I'm
We
into
still
like
have
a
the
fake
jury's
bloomin'
out.
onion.
No, I just give me the bloomin' onion. Ooh, the bar we will go to on election night does have some good looking onion rings.
Onions.
It's a tower of onion rings. I love a tower of onion rings. So we will be getting that
There's
as the
something
world
symbolic
ends.
about that.
Yes. And that's a great place to end.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Ashley, for filling in. And we'll see
You are
everyone next week.
welcome. Yeah, good luck at your conference, Catalina.
Good luck, Catalina. Goodbye.
Bye.